Yes.
Have you ever played a Pokemon game before?
We own Pokemon Fire Red, but we are so kicking it old school. We've played a bit of it. Yeah.
But I stopped because it got too frustrating. So it did. It got too frustrating, and I just couldn't stand walking in the grass, and then all these things were popping up, and I'm like, I don't want to battle you, and then it was hard.
We don't play a lot of video games in our house either.
I'm more of like Nintendogs, you know. That's like that's my game. Yeah.
Do you play a lot of Pokemon
Well, I have
games?
Pokemon Gold in my pocket, just, you know,
Hey,
so my Game
alright.
Boy Color.
Yeah, right. Yes.
One of your lesser known roles, I think, was Mamoru from Gao.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about working on that show? What level you got to work on before it got really awesome?
That was really an incredible show. You know, the terrible thing though about anime or dubbing something is that you only see your lines. So I've never seen the whole thing, and to see how my character kind of fits in with everyone else in a way, it was quite epic, and like with Ninja Turtles, quite an honor to be part of that. And Mamoru was a really interesting character as well for a young boy who transforms, and you know, I thought it was incredible, but I actually should watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it's an amazing show, and the half of it that Mike and you guys all did, that half was amazing. I think that was some of your best work that you did.
Oh, thank you.
I really
Yeah, it was a
appreciate
really
it,
neat piece.
and it's really a shame it never got completely finished.
So did we?
No,
is there more that was not dubbed?
Yeah. Only the first half of the show was dubbed, and then it took a hiatus, and unfortunately the licensor Media Blaster didn't want to commission the rest of the dub. And
is that it?
Mike's internet
Right, from
really
NYU
bitter about
Post,
that one.
yeah. Yeah, well that's the thing. We're all kind of at the mercy of who's bringing anime in and if they want to do it and all of that stuff. And certainly they were going through, Media Blaster's going through a rough time, I think, around then. So yeah, it would be nice to finish it.
One other thing different from that was another role that you did was Cosmos in Dissidia, right?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. That was a very cross-regional dub. How did that work exactly? Like why?
Well,
why do you think
I was living in New York, and I was actually contacted the people. I never met the people, but in Japan requested me. And then they flew me out to Los Angeles to work on it. And then we were on the phone with Japan. And then there was a director in the studio. And then I was working alone in the booth. So that was an incredible thing to be part of as well, because it was so much bigger than just me in the booth, you know. And plus, Final Fantasy is an incredible game, and it's been around for a long time. And you know, to be able to play a goddess like Cosmos was amazing. And plus she's so pretty. Which was neat. And to be kind of requested to be found somehow, that really amazed me, that they found me.
So they just happened to think, oh, this is Veronica Taylor.
I guess so.
Oh.
I didn't question it, I just said okay.
Of course.
Yeah, I was like, alright, I'll go.
They know where you live.
I guess.
Thank you.
Internetly. My internet address.
Your IP.
But nowadays, you know, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, and it's a little bit easier to find people randomly. But that was before Facebook, and I didn't really have MySpace. So, but still, they found me. So it was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yes.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. I spent a lot of time with Pikachu, and happily so. Happily so. So yeah, definitely. We've decided.
Charizard is much more practical though. So, gotta say, you get me. Yeah.
You can fly around.
Yeah, and if you are lost in the woods,
What if you have a power outage?
Power outage.
Yeah, power outage.
But that depends on Charizard obeying you in the first place.
That's right.
I believe that
Finicky.
I don't know. You just have to go with it. You have to believe. That's right.
Yes, with the red arm. Yes.
What was your favorite voice that you did for anything?
Well, I have had the great fortune to play a wide variety of characters. Ash is definitely one of my favorites. One, because of what a great guy he is. But two, because I got to play for 8 years. And to be able to have that time to develop a character and really understand who he is in the middle of it, and then have to play his mom and May around that, and that was a great experience. Yukino, from His and Her Circumstances, I loved. I felt like she was the female everyman. She could go through the happy, sad, angry, back to happy, weeping, all within 1 minute. Which I think we all kind of can do, but don't, because we have to live in a world with other people. And she could just express everything, whether it was out or internally. I really love that. Amelia from Slayers is another one. Doing her voice, she's so high and positive, and it always left me feeling a little giddy when I left the studio. Yes, Daniel.
The thing is, I understand, like, these kind of things happen in the industry and stuff, and you just gotta accept it and stuff. But what was your reaction upon hearing that you wouldn't be doing your role as Nico Robin in One Piece?
I never actually heard, like with Pokemon, we were all let go. We were preparing the 10th anniversary special, and Pokemon USA just said, actually, we've already found replacements for you, you're not needed. You finished the 8th season and you're not needed anymore. So we found out about that. But with One Piece, the show ended with 4 kids and then it was just gone. And then I just found out that they were doing it again.
It wasn't like they
with
came
Funimation.
It's not like they just came in and said, oh, they're...
Well, that, I guess Funimation got the show, and they, I guess they just did it with their, quote, their actors. No one had ever kind of asked us if we wanted to continue with those or not. And I didn't, I'm not really, as anyone can probably tell, I don't do a lot on the computer, so I didn't really kind of follow it online to see where One Piece was going next or that. So I didn't even know they were doing, I didn't actually know they were doing it until I went to a convention and someone else was playing Nico Robin. So I didn't know. So in that I was just surprised to find out.
You said you met Stephanie Young.
Yeah, when I was like looking through the program, I went, oh, someone else is playing Nico Robin, that's cool.
I was just curious.
Yeah, that's, especially with things like this, I guess it goes that way a lot. It's unfortunate. With Slayers, we were doing it in New York, and then it went to Texas for one part of Slayers, and then Funimation contacted all of us, and we got to reprise those roles, which was really great for Evolution R Revolution. Yes, with the square on your chest, black shirt, and then I'll go to you with the hat. Yeah. Yes.
I certainly understand about being the voice of Ash Ketchum. You know, if you're trying to be a voice acting, what do you think about that reaction?
That being an actor, a voice actor is like being a Pokemon trainer? Yeah, I think that's a great comparison, because really for all of us, we're on a huge adventure. You don't know what the day is going to bring. We all have goals that we set out to do and often get sidetracked. We, you're trying to go here, and then to get there you have to go all around. You have a lot of friends that help you along the way.
And your pets.
Your pets help you. Yeah, and they don't do anything, but, which is like a Pokemon. They say, go back into your house. Great, bed. Yeah, get off my bed. Yeah. Get off my shoulder. I would carry Rena around on my shoulder when she was a baby. Not true. Yeah?
By being the April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what do you think about Don's being as a monster?
Right, it's interesting too that, especially Donatello, who's the smartest of all, was turned into a monster for Ninja Turtles, and that everyone else has to pull together to figure out how to cure him, when really he probably knew the answer the whole time, but couldn't give it.
They just could have asked him.
They could have. And that's all he could have said.
Yeah. Like, oh, I got
decipher it. They could have gotten April to do a computer program to decipher. But, I guess in a way, to compare it to real life. Sometimes we all do turn into a monster, and those around us
Like
have to
in those,
take, and, you know,
like those
you have those bad
Snickers
days,
commercials, you know?
kind of where you turn into Robin Williams or
Yeah, Betty White, something like that.
I could be Betty White.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I think you are.
Thank you. Golden girl me. And with the red shirt, you had a question? Yeah.
When you played both Ash and May at the same time, how did it feel talking to yourself?
It was awesome to have scenes with myself, I have to admit. I like to play all the roles as an actor, so, but with dubbing, especially for that, we would do all of Ash's lines first, and then all of May, and then all of Ash's mom. So the great thing about that is normally when I would go in to record, I wouldn't hear any of the other voices. But when I had recorded it myself, I could play against myself. Otherwise, you're reading the script and then just imagining what the person said ahead of you and kind of imagining how they said it and what they were intending, and then you respond. Here I already knew and I could really play the scene. So it was great. Plus I love the character of May, so.
I have a question for your daughter.
Okay, yes.
Have you ever said to any boys, well, my mom's Ash Ketchum?
Yes. I actually, when I was younger, I tried, like, there was this group of people who played the games, they were really into it. So I thought this was great, because, like, I'll tell them and then I'll be super popular, and then, you know, I really tried. And I was like, yeah, so my mom's the voice of Ash, and blah, blah, and they're like, oh, cool. And then they, like, turned away and just kept playing. So I just kind of was discouraged, and I didn't really.
You had to make friends on your own.
Yeah, I had to make friends of my own.
They would have been dumb
I
friends
paid
anyway.
them. But you know, then it got like now in school, I just didn't tell anyone because it doesn't really matter. And then some people will come up and be like, Rena, wait, so your mom is the voice of Ash? And I'm like, yeah, no big deal. And they're like, oh my God! And they like freak out. And then sometimes I'm like, well, you know, do you want an autograph? And they're like, oh! And so this is good now.
Finally paying
It's
off.
finally come around, yeah. All that work by you.
It's on me.
But you know, Rena and I both played Centret. Rena was a baby, and
Well,
4.
not like, yes, a
Yeah.
baby.
She was very small,
Yeah.
and we both did it, and then they blended it together. So sometimes Centret is Rena, sometimes it's me. So you know,
can
she could
rewatch
use
those.
that. That's
Yeah, it's
good.
really cool.
I actually
Pokemon
been trying to do that.
You
I
should
should
now.
now,
Yeah.
actually. I'll go back and be like, yeah, well,
By the
by the way, yeah.
Yes.
First off, I want to say I loved you as Chihiro in Oh My Goddess,
Oh, thank you.
one of my favorite characters in the series.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Because it is you've done a lot of voices for a lot of family-friendly shows like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dinosaur King. What was it like making the transition into a more mature show like Akiko-San?
Well, I was cast in that show and didn't know the content of it, and neither did the person who cast me. And so the studio was about an hour outside of New York, so I got there, and they said, I'm so sorry. I just watched this, and it's a little more adult than what, I don't know if you're interested. And I was like, my God, I'm here, already out of the city. So I went ahead and did that. At least my character is not so bad as some of the other ones, which is why I used a different name in the credits. And then there was another season of it. They called me back. And I hear there's a 4th coming. So I'm involved in it, and I continue to do that, but it's not the kind of thing I like to work on.
A highlight of your day.
No, but it's, you know, it's entertainment, and but the thing is, I really, first of all, I really am a proponent of kids' imagination, and I like to do things that everyone in the family can watch together. I mean, we watch everything together. We do things as a family, and I think it's important as kids are growing up that you are able to watch something, discuss it, and then imagine your own characters and write your own things, and I like to be a part of that imaginative experience. Something like this, I feel, belittles women. I'm a proponent of equality for all human beings, and I'm not so sure I'm behind this show. And that is why I kind of didn't admit that I worked on it, because I didn't want someone to be Googling me and find that, quite honestly. But it's, you know, I try to bring some honesty to it and something that makes it above what I think it is, ultimately. So, but I'm happy to be working. Yes, all the way in the back. Yeah, you with the beard.
What do you think about the way the Pokemon company dubs the show now, compared to the way 4Kids used to dub it?
Well, I don't watch it a lot right now, so I have to say that.
Let's just say really bad.
What's that?
Have you ever had the chance to do so, to watch it?
I probably have, but I've turned the channel. I don't mean to say that in a mean way, but for me to be part of that show for 8 years and to see familiar faces with such different voices, I feel like the heart has gone out of it a bit for me, so it's hard for me to watch it. And I can't lie, it makes me sad to not be still on it, but it's a different show now, which is great, and I do think it's hard for people to come and take over roles that other people have been doing for such a long time. So, you know, I applaud them for that and carrying it on, but it's not something that I'm part of now, so I kind of, I just stay away from it in a way. But I'm excited that it's still going on.
With the purple hair.
Yes.
First of all, thank you so much for being part of like all of our childhoods.
Oh, thank you. It was an honor to be in your living rooms. But now you're in ours.
I wanted to
We're watching you on TV.
if you could do the voice of Ash, like saying something.
I don't know exactly what I would say, but it's pretty awesome to be here, and I hope to come back again. Next question.
Yes, glasses, beardish.
Oh.
Yes.
On that note, can we get an Amelia speech?
Well, I really love being in Miami, and you know what I really love? Cuban food!
Yeah, a lot of eating, right? Yes?
Can I do a recording for my big sister, because she used to watch Pokemon, and she was a big fan of Ash when she was little.
Oh, sure, I'll say something at the very end. How about
her name is Gisela, so okay.
Gisela?
Gisela.
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 Oh, Gisela.
Okay.
Barbara.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Gisela, your sister asked me to record this for you, and I guess it's kind of weird, but hey, I wish you were here. So did your sister.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did I miss something?
Yes, like 20 minutes of it. No, I don't know. What's your question, really?
What it's all about?
Oh, I used to play Ash on Pokemon, and I do a lot of voices on different cartoons.
Like?
Pokémon, Ninja Turtles, Slayers, Yu-Gi-Oh, Fighting Foodons, some other things.
Pikachu?
No, I didn't do Pikachu.
What about?
I just did Ash from that show. That's what I just did.
Ash?
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Say, I choose you.
I choose you! Yes, feature.
Have either of you two put the Pokemon trading card game?
No. But I have some trading cards.
That really confuses me. I don't get it.
But none of your friends ever, like, that you really hung out with played it, right? So no, we haven't been invited into that world.
No.
But I've been to Nintendo, to the Pokemon Center, and I saw people playing it. Yeah. That's as close as we've got.
We're kind of gotten some Pokemon.
Yeah, we have that.
But just for the pictures, though.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Just for the pictures.
Yes, yellow shirts. Yes, white hat.
Would you play as Nico Robin again if you had the chance?
Oh yeah, definitely. She was a great character, and kind of evil, which I like, because I don't play many evil characters. Claudia on Fighting Foodons was as evil as I had gotten before that. Yeah, I would definitely. She was great. Plus, who doesn't need so many arms? You could always use that.
Yeah, quite handy.
Yeah, quite handy. Good at a party, though, you know? Holding your I like that. In fact, that's one of my inventions. We'll talk about it later. You go ahead. Right, oh, yeah? Go ahead.
You know if Funimation, or not Funimation, I mean 4Kids recorded past where you left off in One Piece? Like, did they begin recording past that?
I don't know that they did that. At one point, whenever it stopped being on TV, I think 4Kids stopped there, and then I guess whenever it went to Funimation. I don't think they recorded past that.
In a game for GameCube called Pokemon,
One Piece
Pirates Carnival.
Yeah.
There was some voices for the Water 7 cast, and like that just kind of made me think they probably started recording Water 7.
Maybe. I don't know about that. And the sad thing for you, who know everything, and me, who knows nothing, basically I would go into work and not really know, like, in a way, what I'm working on. So I'm doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Today, and then I have to be reminded it's Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, or I have to be reminded that it's this, you know, it all kind of blends together, because I would just go to work. And sometimes I could go and work on Pokemon, and then Ninja Turtles in the morning, Pokemon in the afternoon, and then maybe do an hour on Yu-Gi-Oh! And it could all be together, so it wasn't so separate in my mind. Yes?
What kind of voice style do you prefer? Like a really giddy voice, or really...
You know, as an actor, I love finding a new character. I love kind of figuring out where the voice sits and who the person is. So I don't really have a style. It's certainly fun to play someone who's really, like Amelia, really high and goofy, but as with Pokemon, we were able to get some really emotional scenes. And in a character talking like this, who's about to cry, it's an amazing thing. So I like to find the reality in all the characters, whether it's, you know, kooky or real. You know what I mean? I like the challenge of that. And then I do a lot of audiobooks, so I get to play all the characters and then narrate through it. And that's really great. It's like doing a whole play by yourself that you hope someone listens to. Yes, with the blue shirt.
So right now you were just talking about how you had to find a different character. Has your own emotions ever played into that part, like to make it difficult? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's certainly times we're recording something and I'm crying, so I have to stop for a minute and then get past that moment and come back to it. Or even in a book or something where I'm playing two different characters, if one is crying and the next one isn't, we have to stop for a minute and kind of reboot.
Does it take you a long time though to like...
Well, I'm a person, this is so personal, but when I cry my nose gets stuffy, so yeah, I have to make sure it doesn't sound stuffy because then it bleeds into the other character. But at the same time, if you can key into the emotion, you can also key out, in a sense. It's not the right wording, but you know what I mean? You can kind of pop in, and if you've prepared the lines that are emotional, you can pop into what you've kind of rehearsed in a way, and then come back out of it. Although with most of the cartoons I do, there's no rehearsal, we just do it. You don't even see the picture first, you just start recording. So you have to be able, that's where taking acting lessons, and I went to college and grad school for acting, and all of that informs how I approach a script. All of it enables me to create a character on the spot because of all my training. It helps.
Well, I actually had it's kind of a little bit of a personal question because I consider myself, I got a little lucky because I do editing and all this stuff for my friend who is making his first anime. And
oh wow!
He's getting a, he's the manager of himself, but he's the lead character, and they're just now signing a contract to do 2 seasons.
Oh wow!
And I got lucky because I was sitting in the recording studio, I was, you know, torrenting everything, lining up all the scenes and all the stuff. And one of the voice actors didn't show up one day, and I got to read with them.
Oh right.
And they want me to do the role now. And I was just curious if you have any advice, because I have stage fright and it's horrible, but I want to do it, and I just wondered if you had any advice for that.
Well, I do think that, you know, acting isn't about you, it's about the character. So if you can focus on who that person is that you're playing, and you really kind of get it into your body, how did they stand, where does their energy come from? And that you really, I mean, you're looking at the picture, so you really are that character, and you get out of your own head. If you're thinking about what does the character want, what do they want in the scene, what do they, you're listening to what the other character says, and then, I mean, if you feel like you have stage fright, maybe it's better to record later when you can hear the person ahead of you and read, you know, they can read you into the line. That would be easier than acting off of nothing, especially if you're just starting out, because acting is about talking and listening. It's about listening and then reacting to that. And so even though it's a cartoon, even though you're just doing your lines, you still have to be reacting. And then if it's not you anymore. So that's the main thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You.
I was just curious what your take was on Ash and Misty's relationship, and like, do you think Ash really ever had like romantic feelings for her?
I don't. Ash is 10, so I'm gonna hold that.
10 plus 20.
You're never too young for love.
You're never too young for love. That's a very good response.
He never takes off his glove.
How does that connect? That's true. They can't really hold hands.
True.
So he's always distanced from people. It would be weird if they were dating. Also, they're traveling together, so that's a little weird too. Like, you know.
And he never gave back her bike, right? So
it's not a very solid.
They moved past that.
No, she didn't.
No. So I don't think that would work.
And May's bike. He didn't give back May's bike either.
No, I know. He's
May
a
had
bike
bikes
stealer.
too.
So maybe he's not good for anyone. But he's a thief. And down the line, perhaps, the bikes. He just breaks them and leaves them. Oh, at his mom's house in the garage.
True. Mom, 20 bikes.
Hide the bike.
They sell the bikes. They have like a secret trade.
Mr. Lime is a bike repair. He always has to change it.
Sell the bikes on the black market.
Yeah. Professor Oak is having the toros, riding them around in the back. Yes, Superman.
Yeah, my daughter's a huge fan of Ash, and I wonder if you could say hello to her.
Yeah. Is she there?
Her name's Kelsey.
Oh, okay. Hey, Kelsey. Your dad is super, and he wanted me to say hi to you, so, hi.
What is your favorite Pokemon movie?
The first one's my favorite one, for sure, and then they all get kind of better after that. But I love the message in that, and I mean, we all cry. Not too many people,
we all felt,
if you haven't
we
seen
felt
it.
what Ash felt.
Yeah, but you know, it's I think it has a great message, and it really taught me a lot about friendship, and so it's my favorite one.
Thank you.
But I have all favorite. They're all my favorite. But you pick.
You were the campy.
Yes.
I know you answered about Ash and Misty, but what about Ash and May?
Well, the same thing. I do think May is a little more down to earth, and because I played her, she's my favorite. But you know, the same. May also has a lot of responsibility with her brother, and I don't think she's really up for dating, although she does have some very close friends on the show. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think for them right now, being friends and being able to build friendships is more important than dating. Making out. Let's just get down to it. I don't think so. Yes, green shirt, yes.
I was wondering, I know you've proven that you can act on the spot, but is there anything that you like to prepare yourself for, or in a particular way, to prepare your voice that you like to do?
I definitely do warm-ups before I go to work and stuff to just keep everything moving. But no, a lot of my stuff is pretty spur of the moment. I have a lot of auditions, and those I really try to figure out who the character is, and then I just launch into it. 3 takes and off it goes. But boom, booyah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so a lot of stuff is spur of the moment, and then when I get cast in something, then we kind of develop it from there. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I really like your voice acting of Ash Ketchum and April O'Neil, and you were doing Sonic X for Galaxy now. And the question that I like to ask you is, can you do the voice of April O'Neil?
April is about the same as my voice. She's a lot smarter than I am, and she uses the computer a lot more. Yeah, she's tech savvy. But so her voice is like that, very similar to mine.
Do you have any upcoming roles you can talk about?
Right now I'm working on Astro Blast, which is on Sprout. I play Sputnik, who's a pig. And not because she eats a lot. They run a smoothie shop because she's a lot like me. Smart. And I'm in Mophie, which is a stop-action animated series, which is all in cotton. It's really beautiful. I think you can watch it live in Australia, otherwise online. I'm on Welcome to the Wane on Nickelodeon, which is also online. They're launching some shows kind of to try them out, and that one's really cool, very funny. I have a bunch of other things, but those are the easiest to find. And I'm updating my website slowly, and soon I'll have links to those kind of things on there.
You with the blonde hair. Yes.
Is there any role maybe in a show that you've done or a show that you haven't done that you just really wanted to do?
I like every single thing I auditioned for. I wish I were doing everything. I would love to play a superhero. I really love working, and so basically I audition for things and then I just forget about it. I do a job and then I just kind of let it go and move on to the next thing. Because if I hold on to my regrets, it's hard to move forward. But I just really like to work. So I just regret that I'm not working every single minute.
With the blue sweatshirt.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Would you ever do another video game?
Yeah, video games I do all the time. World of Warcraft. Yeah, I did something on that. I'm playing some orcs. It's very exciting. I shouldn't have gone that far. I should have just said I'm on some female orcs. Very gruff and mean. But yeah, I do a lot of video game stuff.
Do you prefer playing male or female characters?
One of the great things about male characters is they get to often do more than female characters. Ash was all those battles and things, there's not a lot of girls who do so many battles. Sometimes you just get more of an opportunity to just go bigger as a boy than you do as a girl. But now I think there are more opportunities for girl characters. So I just like to stretch, but not necessarily that it has to be a boy or a girl. But it's been nice that I've had the opportunity that it's not limited to just girls or girls my age, that I could go in the morning and be a 2-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 90-year-old, be a boy. It's nice to have that variety. Yes. Yes. You again with the.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. There's one of their show that most people I think have forgotten about by now, called Irresponsible Captain Tyler.
Oh right.
It's a great show. I recently started watching it on Hulu, and the acting has held up really well. Even.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That was a neat show.
What was it like for you to work on that?
The same. It was a fun show that seemed to have a great story to it.
Yeah.
Us going in, we didn't know much of the story. It's just like everything is on a tight budget, so you just have to kind of get in there and start working. Nice move across the front.
That was a good jump.
Awesome air. But it was really neat, and I love the animation style of that. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Just fun.
It definitely held up very well.
Yeah. Oh, how cool. And where did you see that?
On Hulu.com.
Hulu has Irresponsible Captain Tyler.
Yep.
Check it out.
It's a great show.
Yeah, thank you. Not that I forgot about it, but I have some DVD on my shelf somewhere, but yeah, that's great. Yes?
Back to Pokemon, through Advance, what was your initial reaction when you first saw Harley?
To see Harley?
The very flamboyant contest.
Yeah.
With the character. What was your initial reaction when you first saw him?
I don't know. I don't think I was so shocked by him, I guess. Do you mean
he was another character that wasn't really
from that world?
Yeah. He was very flamboyant, very feminine.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I kind of accept all of those characters. It's all part of it. I think I played Hun, and at one point they didn't know if it was a man or a woman. And they were trying to decide that. They didn't know. But all of those things, I don't know, I don't mind it. I like that there's some... The mystery. But also that there's some variety to the people, that they're not all so kind of basic, So I don't think I had any weird... Actually, we just go, okay, that's a new character, all right, and we just kind of roll with it. Yes?
what are your thoughts on all the themes with like, just or in general about Team Rocket?
Team Rocket's my favorite.
The best.
I think without Team Rocket, the show would have just been so flat. And it's really my favorite part of Pokemon. And that they had so many great jokes. And I mean, the comic timing, maybe that's why all of you are so funny, because the comic timing of Team Rocket. You're welcome. But I think really without it, you need that villain that's a counterpart, but they were so funny, and I think they were great. Yes, green shirt.
So, voice actors tend to get into their roles physically, as I've heard. So, in the case of Amelia, so to what extent did you, say, act out the punches?
Sometimes I do that, you know, because you have a movement, and I won't do that and spill my tea everywhere. That'd be funny. But
that would be funny.
But
do
at least
it.
we could wipe it down from the couch.
True.
But definitely even to do or ha with that instead of just a flat ha, it's different, you know.
Yeah,
feeble. Thank you.
I really could imagine
feel it.
that. I could envision it.
It was a small thing I was throwing, right?
Yeah.
Like
a grain of rice.
Well, it was a little bit like a baseball. I'll do it again.
Oh. Oh yeah. I really saw that.
That's where the animation comes
I felt
in.
it too.
The mighty wind.
Yeah.
But I definitely do that. Amelia was kind of higher, and I would not be standing on my toes, but definitely higher up because her voice comes really out the top of my head. Ash, I get down a little bit more, and are into it a little bit.
And she dressed up for Ash too. She would dress up.
That's so not true. But I did turn my baseball hat around when he did. With the headphones, everyone's like, what is she doing? They're banging on the glass because I can't hear them because my headphones are, yeah, very professional. Yes, does anyone dare ask another question after these answers? Yes, with the pink shirt.
Are there any cartoons that you watched when you were growing up that you enjoyed and that also inspired you to become a voice actor?
Yeah, I've also, as an actor, I've done a lot of Shakespeare and watched a lot of Shakespeare, and that's something that I really like. And seeing great actors performing is certainly what inspired me. The Tick is one of my favorite cartoons. I love old school Speed Racer, Scooby-Doo. Gosh, there's a lot of Saturday morning stuff. I watched a lot of Saturday morning. When I didn't have soccer games, I was watching cartoons. So it all really did inspire me. I didn't do homework. I did chores on Saturday morning. No, I did homework in the weekday.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, not on the weekend.
On the weekend?
Yeah, but not Saturday morning. Not like you're doing your homework on Saturday morning.
I do homework all the time, guys. So.
Constantly. Like right now.
I'm doing it right now.
In her mind.
Right now. I'm like have a little table over here.
Yeah. But those, those great Bugs Bunny cartoons, there's so much in there that I kind of absorbed. And then I'm just really lucky to be working on cartoons. I do love it. Yes.
What was your first role as a voice actor?
I was in Area 88, and then I was in Slayers, and then Pokemon, and then on and on and on. And then it was history. No, it's not history. It's history in the making. I'm still in it.
I don't know.
Watch my bio.com on biography. Today, yes, with your white hair.
I'm sorry, everyone's already asked you to do like voice stuff, but you mentioned that you had been in WoW. So I was wondering if you could give me an orc greeting, if that's possible.
Oh, WoW is World of Warcraft?
Yeah, World of Warcraft. Yeah, that's what I meant to clarify.
Wow, that fake peanut butter stuff? I've been in it, but not just a finger.
Imagine yourself and you're in peanut butter.
I don't know what she sounded like. Gosh, I really don't know. The orcs are very deep.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't even know. I've been in the studio like half an hour to do that. I don't know. It's really deep. I can't even guess. And if I did it, you could say, oh, that sounded like it, but it didn't really. I would be like, oh, that's a nice attempt, but no. You have to play the game. Yeah, just believe that I did it. Ask me something I can't answer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I have no idea what she said. Yeah, thank you. Heart back to you. Yes.
What was your first voice acting gig, and how did you get into voice acting?
You know, actually my first voiceover was in the Batman stunt show at Great Adventure, Six Flags in New Jersey. And I played Chase Meridian, and I also emceed the show. And I did the voiceover stuff for that. And voice acting, I kind of, quote voice acting, I kind of fell into because I got an audition. I was recommended from my acting coach for an audition for an anime. And I was cast in that, and then they cast me in something else, and it went on from there. But as an actor, I've not set out to be a voice actor. I'm an actor. And it just seems like most of my work, especially since my daughter's been born and has been alive, has been voice related. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that I didn't have time to go to rehearsals and do a play anymore because I had to be home. Or I couldn't do a film because I had to pick her up from school. So it's been all about my daughter.
All about me. It still is, actually.
Yes, it is. It is.
I want to go now.
Okay, I've got to go. Okay. And, but so it kind of, it's lucky that my career turned and I was able to work on things I loved and have the time for that. But as a single mom, there were choices I had to make. Yes?
Since we were talking about Looney Tunes a lot and about superheroes, what Looney Tune character would you want to be and what superhero would you want to be?
I could say Tasmanian Devil, but Jim Cummings would kill me. Porky Pig. I don't know, I never really thought about being one of those characters. I love the fact that they had like like Mel Blanc played so many different characters and yet you didn't know, unless you really looked into it. I've never thought about who I would like to be, but maybe Bugs Bunny because it's the coolest character. Yeah. And he got to do so many things in disguises and that I like. I like when you're like Ash would dress up as different characters and play a girl in a perfume shop. Or something. That kind of thing I really liked to do. So yeah, let's stick with Bugs Bunny for that. Anyone else? Let me see how much time we have left. Oh my God, we have 2 minutes. Yes. Yes.
Huge fan, by the way. Such a dork. What's your favorite scene from the Pokemon series?
My favorite scene from Pokemon? Gosh, could I say setting Butterfree free? When Ash put on a wig? No, wait. You know, I don't have a favorite scene per se, but But I loved the fact that Ash got to be so emotional and have all those battles. So we'd be yelling and throwing things, and then to have those really beautiful moments with Pikachu at the end of the battle. I really like that. You know. So quick questions, yes, pink shirt, and then Pikachu, you're next.
What do you feel about Gary Holt? Like how
Gary is a loser. That's what I feel about him. I don't care about his badges. He has no humility. And I don't like his car. Who travels around with a bunch of cheerleaders. He's a loser. And I'm jealous. Did you have a question? Do you have a question? No, the one with Pikachu shirt?
No, I was just saying that if there's ever a scene that ever, like, my favorite scene in the entire Pokemon anime is when Pikachu refuses the Thunderstone.
Yeah.
When he was fighting, when he's fighting the Raichu. Can you reenact the scene when Ash gives the, I don't know.
No. I can't reenact, I can't even do the orc voice for someone. The thing about it, this was very sad. But we went in and we just did those, we worked very fast on that. And I couldn't have reenacted the scene when I left that day. Because it's really about being in the moment, looking at the script, really holding the script, looking at the screen, and then doing a line, no, do it one more time, okay, moving on. And so none of it is stuck in my brain at all because we moved so fast. And really, I could work 3 hours on Pokemon and then go do Yu-Gi-Oh! And then go do something else, and then after that go do a commercial, and then, so all of it went fast. through like a good meal. Too personal? Too much? Too much. So I can't reenact it, and I haven't seen it recently. If I had, then I could remember it for you. Long story for yes.
What do you think happened to Primate?
Primate?
Yeah, what happened to
Where did
him?
Primate go? You know, when you're a primate, nobody asks questions. They're all over. He went back to the jungle. Back to the jungle?
No, he went to the trailer.
He went to the trailer.
Kanga. What is that? Kangaskhan? Hey, that was one of my favorite episodes. I love that. Swinging through the branches. Any other questions? Yes.
I know you don't want to reenact, but maybe if you could say like Gary's phrase, except saying Ash was here, Gary is a loser.
Ash was here. Gary's a loser. But you know who's a winner? You guys are!